Back in September, the Browns lost a shootout in their first matchup against the Bengals. Can Cincinnati do it again? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. As CD, you look at the Bengals in this matchup. They have a tremendous aerial attack, one of the best in the league. But they're going to face a stiff test here.
I don't think that they'll face a tougher test all season long because this is the #1 defense in the NFL. A team that puts a lot of pressure on a quarterback. And we know from talking to both of these teams, neither of them is going to back down from this challenge.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, these two teams ended that up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Shifts by him. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 124 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run with Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now Watson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Sam Hubbard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing. And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun. And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different. And down to the 11. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play. Burrow will throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score. We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination. Always good to have wide receivers with height. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 2. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now it's Watson.
Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Chubb will get the call, running left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, running right through him. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Hey, we're going to do what we do. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Watson now to throw. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And they are back to 500 on the year. Got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
A gain of 6 there on first. From the 24, Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now Burrow. Open net, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, you talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
2nd and 20.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Boyd. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. McPherson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. David Njoku and the rest of the offense heading back out onto the field. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A give. This is Chubb. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here's Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb shoves him aside. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Second down, here's Chubb again. Stays on his feet. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Not much there, only a yard. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. That's complete to John Ross. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw, Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the end. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on? I
know, they're 31-32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gay's kick is good, and that's going to up the lead to 15-10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on second down. Burrow. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw again on second down. Watson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Lamar Jackson, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who had the lead in that one. The Florida State product, Cam Akers, with a touchdown run.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Chubb. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to have a Browns first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Chubb. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Watson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
1st down. Here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Boyd. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here we go. Right, 80. Stop. Check 545.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. Credit the tackle that time to the Deshaun Hand. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Here's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Gay is on for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
up the Bengals here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Burrow will throw. He's got Hurst as tight end. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here we go.
To the air again, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They run. Chubb. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2nd and 2. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 118 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Faking the give. Now Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. A run for Nick Chubb. Fights loose. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Again, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And not able to get it that time. He'd hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Here we go. 2nd and 6. And then 8 yards. 180. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And Burrow going to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Browns drive about to get started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st. Watson now to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Burrow. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to let it fly. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Browns, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks